Steer it up, little darling. Steer it up, steer it up. I remember hearing that song as a kid, Bob Marley, and the way he said "steer it up," I used to think it was like steering a car. Anyway, he was stirring. I think, yeah, I think he's talking about a pot. Stir it up, little darling, stir. Uh, 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 and the fire, satisfy your own heart's desire. I'm trying to go through the lyrics in my head, but I'm thinking he's talking about like a pot of stew or porridge or something. And all you got to do, baby, is keep hitting. I don't know. I'll look back at the song. And you know what other song was in my head for the last 2 days? Uh, I saw you and him walking in the rain. I don't know the rest of the lyrics. No, actually. And what? You were holding hands, and I've never been the same. So that's all I know about the song. And I don't know, like if I heard it and it was just in my head, and like you hear it, maybe a car was driving by playing the song or something, and now it's in your head, and you're like, where did I get the song from? This thing has been in my head for the last 2 days. So anyway, it's Saturday. Welcome to Saturday, folks. Hope you had a great night and you had some good rest and you didn't sleep the wrong way and wake up with back pains. Holy cow. I don't know what the hell happened. Whew. And a friend of mine taught me how to stretch in the morning. So you got to stretch at night, stretch in the morning, Wayne. It's weird, man, because I swear, after a certain age, and I don't know if they got it down to the age, but just like a movement, man, like you go to grab something, it's like, oh, it's like, and I used to hear jokes about this, and you laugh, and and then you're going through it, and you're like, dude, I'm too young for this, man. Like you're mentally, you think you're young, right? But your body is like, nah, bro. You gotta stretch, man. Yeah, you gotta do those things. You didn't have to do them before. You gotta adapt, buddy. Oh, you gotta adapt, buddy. Shoot. Oh my God. All right. I got something I want to mess around with. This is more of a pet project. I do have actual work that I want to do. I got my damn T20. I found it. I had ordered a set. I got 2 more sets coming because I don't want to be in that position again. Yesterday I was doing a repair and I couldn't find my damn T20. I think, and I don't know. I guess this is what I use the most. And so I'm just gonna get a whole set of these things and improve my storage system so I can find stuff, man. What did Larry say in one of our shows? He said a friend of his say that because he's lazy, he's so organized so he knows where everything is so you don't have to look for it. I said, whatever motivates you to do the right thing, man, let it do the right thing, right? So I want to mess with this because I hate messing with these because they are some of them. Let me say it properly. Some of them, when you go inside and you start pulling things out, the copper coil just goes nuts. And then to get it back into place again, it's a pain in the butt. So, yeah. All right. So before I do that, let me go into the comments and see if anyone had a question about their cleaner from the day before, from early this morning. And let's see what we can see here. Okay. And if you're just passing through, guys, content creators like myself, we're small guys here. We're trying to grow and trying to make it into make this work. Because regardless, YouTube, and it depends on the platform, they work off of volume. I want you to think about this. Like a Kirby distributor came in here yesterday. He has a sales team, and he said to the guy said to him, like, oh, how much you get your Kirby's for, And he's like, look, I think this way. And so we made a deal, me and you, that you buy it from me for this price and you can sell it for your price. In other words, you made a deal to, let's say you are an employer, we made a deal that you were going to do this work for $40 an hour. Shake, right? Sign, whatever. Now that you're doing, why are you worrying about what I'm making? Why are you worried about? Why are you worried about thing? You find now you need to take that profit margin that you have and maximize it. Don't worry about Larry's check. Don't worry about the other guy's check. Don't worry about anyone else's check. If you want to make more money, okay, you can come back. You can build value, okay, meaning that you've showed how productive you are and how important you are to this arrangement. And now you come back and you renegotiate. But to get an attitude about, well, I think this guy makes more money, that's not productive for you, right? It's just counterproductive. And then it may make you do less work and decrease your value. And if your value goes down, now forget about that negotiation. We ain't making no deal, right? So he told me something about one of his guys asking about the money. He's like, listen, man, I don't make as much money per sale as you do, but I get paid off of volume, meaning that I have 25 salespeople going out there and selling a lot of machines. That's where my money comes in. YouTube sells commercial spots. So regardless, they're going to make their money whether the video is monetized or not, right? But they have millions upon millions of users that are and content creators that are making content, and the users are not the ones paying it anything. Well, unless you want premium. But just viewing the content and hitting the like help the content creators make their tiny change while YouTube is making the volume. So I'm not worrying about how much YouTube is making. We just try to see if we make our content so people can see it and keep it going, right? So sometimes when you're passing through a show, you hit a like, you're helping that creator continue to do what they're doing. That's all. Okay. It's good if you support the channels and all the other stuff, become members. All that stuff is fantastic. But just saying what's up is awesome too. All right, who's this here? The whooping crane. What's up, bro? What's up, the whooping crane? All right. Now, I'm going to put a link in the chat here because we're doing a giveaway. And anyone who want to participate, absolutely, at whatever amount that you're at, that you feel like you can participate, if you donate it to what we're doing, you're automatically in this drawing. So I'm going to put let's see. I'm going to put the drawing fund. Giveaway fund, right? Giveaway fund. All right. And I'm going to show you what we're going to give away. And actually, man, I actually want to do this more often. I think it's a great idea. Because I already had one scheduled for the end of the year. I just gave 2 things away this year. And I'm like, damn, it'd be cool, man, if I give away something every month. Or at least every quarter, right? But anyway, let me show what I'm doing. We're putting this up in the drawing. We're going to give away this wet dry vac. Okay? I'm actually going to order some more of these. The reason I'm giving this away, but 1, I got inspired by one of our viewers. But 2, I actually think this is pretty cool, man. It reminds me of the drum, that, people throw trash in drums or they burn. Back in New York, they would burn, like the guys outside and they put stuff inside the drum and they're out there like this. I just remember this drum, and I said whoever made this was pretty clever. I mean, it's Bissell, but I'm talking about the engineer that designed this thing. I thought it was pretty clever to have a drum wet dry vac, you know, and they coated the inside. I'm not sure what it is. It's kind of a gold copper type coating. I guess it helps with rust and stuff like that. Take a look at it on the inside, right? Is this properly over here? Let me just make sure it turns so you can see this thing properly. And yeah, I thought it's cool, man. So you have this little filter here that goes in, right? And it protects the motor for when you're vacuuming. I'm assuming you remove this when you're doing the water stuff, okay? Because this already has a little filter here also. And then you have a floater. So if the water does rise to a certain level, the floater would cut off the suction so you won't get water into your motor, okay? So it's cool. And then we have attachments with it, okay? So we're gonna put this up in a drawing. The guys who were in the original video when we first came up with the idea, I told them what to do to be in it, okay? That's a separate thing, and you can go back and revisit those videos, and then you can do that thing to get in it. But anyone who donates, even if it's $1 or something, your name is in it. All right, and I'm gonna ship this out to whoever wins it, and then after this one, we'll put up another one. I think that's cool, man. I think that's cool. So you come to our channel, you're gonna get some. We'll chat about whatever nonsense is on my mind, but at some point, I'm going to show you how to fix something, and then also we're going to be sponsoring giveaways. I think that's an awesome mission. I like that. So you guys were here as this is coming up, okay? So this is what we're giving away, and it has a hose and attachments, guys, and stuff like that. And just so you know what's coming with it. I don't want to. Let me not shortchange it. So you get hose, right? You get a telescopic wand. Okay? It extends. So you press this button right here, push this button down, and you can pull this out. Hold on. Let me show you. Okay? Pretty cool. All right. And just push it back up in there. All right. And attachments, upholstery tools, floor tools, etc. So this is a giveaway. We're doing this, all right? So if you want to be down with it, go for it. Be in. It's okay. If not, then hey, man, come back and watch the giveaway. We'll put all the names in a online little wheel. You just and then it picks a name. Hey, David, what's up, bro? You're gonna clean your chimney? Ah. Wow. Yes. Dude, you have a wood burning chimney, man? Mine is a fake chimney. I got fake logs, and it's a gas thing, Yeah. Yeah, man. Actually, you know what, David? I am actually going to be building a table. You see, like this table here? I want one that's going to go this way. So the camera is gonna push back there. Because you were talking about building houses the other day, and I said I like to build I'll build like little projects, So I'm gonna build a table. I'm coming in tomorrow, okay? And I'm gonna go to Lowe's and get me some wood and all that stuff. And I want it to be extended. I feel like a little cramped right here. So, and this is getting dirty, man. I need to pull this up. It's like this is like skateboard stuff. The skateboard. I don't like this anymore. This is looking horrible. So yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build another counter so I have more room. Can this come up? Yeah, let me not do that now then. Because then I might have to remove the adhesive. That's a bad idea. I don't know why I even started. Let me put it back down. I'll do this tomorrow. So I'm gonna build another table over here. The camera's gonna be pushed back. So this way I'll have an L-shaped workbench area to do this. Okay. All right. So let me open this, right. And before we do that, I said I was going to answer some comments that people may have had. Let me go through this. Let's refresh. Let me see if anyone has any questions. If not, we're going to continue with the show, and we're going to do our little. Hey, let's see what this. This is Eric Madison. Eric Madison wrote, "Bro, thank you so much. I legit watched your video and even paused it. LOL. I followed every step. Thank you so much." This was about the Hoover spin scrub brush is not turning, and I guess he was having the same problem. So Eric, man, big up. I hope I'm spelling your name right. I'm pronouncing it right. ERIQ. I'm assuming that's Eric. Eric. All right. Eric. I hope I'm right. How's that? Okay. And I think that's it. Wow, just wow. TYSM. What does that mean? TYSM. Thank you so much. Coño. Thank you so much. I was about to lose my mind. All right, so this was about the Kirby belt on, belt off thing. Okay. TY. Hey, can you imagine if that's how we communicated all the time? Like those little what do you call these? It's not an acronym. Damn it, there's a name. Like emoji stuff, like LOL, OMG, TYSM. If that's how you had a whole sentence like that, OMG, TYSM. I'm gonna go over there. I'm on my way. You just put IAOW. Oh God, forget it. That would be crazy. All right, here we go. All right, and let's try to take this off. So from it looks like we have these little tabs here. So like I said, I don't like messing with these because of the coils, but there's no continuity. And I really want to find out why this is not doing its job. All right. And we have right here. Okay. So I'm going to try to open this up. I don't see any screws. Okay. And, yeah, I see how it's locked in. Okay. So you're really just moving it to the side and allowing it to pry up. So I'm just going to pry it up. Okay. Let's see what we got. All right, let me see if I have to say what's up to anybody else that I missed from early. Hey, black people can't afford no. Bozo the clown. Yeah, well, I can afford wood. I have them on the outside. I have a fire pit on the outside, and I have wood out there. But I appreciate the humor. All right, David, a $200 load of wood. Wow. Yeah, you got to saw it yourself. I got you, man. Hey, Thomas. Yeah. Oh, man, look, you got to love humor, man, because it would be a dry world if we didn't have humor, okay? Dry. And I do not want to live in a humorless world, okay? You gotta have it, man. So, Bozo, appreciate that, buddy. Gotta have it, bro. All right, come on. Where the hell is my flathead? Where's my flathead? All right, let's see if this thing just goes all over the place, right? Just like the cartoons. So I'm gonna push that out the way. It's funny because you have humor, right? And then you have cruelty, right? You have two different things. And what happens when you mix the two, then people overcorrect. So now I can't even have jokes. Like I can't joke about tall people, short people, fat people, black people, white people, the Eskimos, I can't have jokes, man. But yeah, I get why people get so ultra sensitive with stuff because But if like guys rag on each other, it's a guy thing, and a lot of times the women don't get it. Why our humor is way different from women's humor, and it's not being a chauvinist or sexist or anything like that. It's just a fact of the matter. Like we play different, right? But so you don't want to sacrifice humor because there's some people may use humor and if they're being cruel, that's one thing. It's just all right, but you can't control that though, man. You just don't laugh, you know. But if it's funny, it's funny. What you gonna do? If it's funny, it's funny. And some jokes are just funny, even if it's a stereotypical type of racial joke or whatever. All right, so now let's see what we got here, man. All right, yeah, that's the thing. You see, with this, I'm trying to remember. So if you're gonna mess with this, you definitely want to know how far back the coil goes, because once you move this, it's gonna unwind all the way. So you're gonna have to think about that too. Okay. All right, you're gonna have to think about that too, because I messed with this where the recoil it's not as stiff as prior. The moment you mess with this, that's what you're risking. That the recoil is not going to be as good as before. Okay, so now let's mess with it now that we've already opened it. But so I'm trying to see where we started here. So I guess you would look at this, I guess, right? Because I really don't mess with these a lot. And you want to see how far this is, right? Because you're gonna end up wanting to be in the same place. I guess you can tag it, you can mark it, I guess. The guy's like, dude, you're guessing everything. Yeah, I am, because I really don't mess with this, and I'm being honest with you. I'm being transparent. Okay? I'm being transparent. I don't really mess with these. And I'll tell you why. Right? Okay? So let's see. I want to see where we're losing continuity. Let me see. What happened with this bad boy? Okay. Now we're going to take this out. Could this be it? I think this could be it. Let me show you what I think. Let me show you what I think it is. This could be it, though. I think I solved the problem. Are you ready? Look at this. What do you notice? This contact here is not touching anything. See that? This guy is supposed to be on that guy right there. And that's all it is. Look at that. I guess the yanking, think about it. When people are cleaning, okay, and they're cleaning, there's nothing stopping this from getting yanked out, really. Like you unwind it all the way and you're vacuuming back and forth. And the only thing that's keeping this from being yanked, from what I'm seeing here, is I don't know. There's nothing stopping it from being yanked off. And I think that's what happened. It got yanked off one day. Bam. Just pull. Yep. That's what happened. Huh. I honestly, you know what I would do to make this better? One, what a lot of companies do is that what they'll do is when they don't want something yanked out, they will do stuff like this, on the inside. They'll put it like in some kind of a they will do something. Let's say they put something like this, right? They'll put like a thing, and so if you pull it, you're pulling against this, but you're not pulling against this. See that? So, right? Or they'll get two screws and a cover, and the cover will put pressure on the cord. So then it's like putting a stopper. So this never gets the pressure, right? But what I personally would do at this point would be probably to get a shrink wrap. Let me give you a sample. This one here is not big enough. I would get like a piece of this little shrink tubing, and just put it over it, and then heat it and let it hug each other. Okay, because this is in a vulnerable spot. It's likely that it can get pulled out again. This guy, but this seemed to be the problem. Okay, let me see what everybody's saying. Hey, Jay. That's what I told her, Jay. I told her not to yank so much. Hey, guys. God knows me already. He knows my humor. So he's like, I give Wayne a pass on those dirty thoughts. I give him a pass. He's all right. So, oh shit, man, dude, Dave, don't do that. But I was up there. My mother told you I was on the roof. Hey, man, that would be sad, Dave. We don't want to see you go, bro. Okay, we don't want to see you go, Dave. You hang in there. Okay, do not fall off the roof. Take a rope up there with you or something. Something. I don't care. Tie it around a tree. All right. I don't want to see you falling off the roof, bro. Because let's not do that. All right, so let's see if I can put this back together again. Let's see if we can find this rewind scenario. Let's see what I can do. Can I put this back together? Is it gonna? Something fell. What the hell fell, man? Something fell down, and I don't know if a part of what I needed fell, or it was just something totally unrelated. All right, well, I'm gonna find out in a second. All right, so let's put this, Dave. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that, man. Not cool. Okay, so I have one option. Okay? All right. What's good about this one, though, is that this is still separate from this. I've had a few of them. I think it was it Amila, when it was just like a disaster messing with that coil. This one seemed like it's recoverable, okay? Because they're still separated. The problem would be if you start messing with this guy here and this whole thing just came apart. So it's still contained. So this is not bad, okay? So, but let me see. Let's see if I can properly do this. Like I said, I don't have one of those shrink wrap, the bigger size, but that's what I would use here to seal this up. All right. But let me put this in. All right, and let's see if I can. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I would have to turn it. Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna turn it all the way until it kind of locks, and then I'll probably just end up wrapping up the cord the rest of the way. Let's see. Bozo the clown. Ah, no, this is not right. This is not right. No, I'm doing it the wrong way because you see the shape of this. You see this angle. Okay, it's supposed to be this way. Okay, so this is what I'm going to end up doing. Watch this. I'm going to rewind it anyway. I'm going to end up having to take this cord out. I'm going to have to hold it with one hand. I think that's it. I think that's it right there. I think that's it. So this is going to be tricky, right? So oh shit. See, I'm going to have to unwind this and rewind it the other way. And I don't want to undo all of that work. Okay? Yeah, I was going the wrong way. So I'm going to have to kind of be very easy. Be real gentle, like being on a roof. Okay? Take my time. Just like being on a roof. Oh, I give credit to those guys who do that kind of work, man. I would do it if that's the work. If that was my work, you know? Like, you know what's stupid when I hear people say, and I don't know if people actually listen to themselves saying this stuff, right? And when they're talking about, let's say, immigrants coming in and all this stuff, it's like, oh, they're going to do the work that we don't want to do. I don't want to do this stuff. I don't want to. And I'm like, dude, are you stupid? What are you talking about, man? If you had a chance to run a business, a lawn mowing business, you wouldn't do it? Okay. You're too good for that. Okay. And you're too good to be a plumber, to do plumbing? You're too good to do carpentry? What are you talking about, bro? These people, I'm just like, the stuff you're saying, like, to people, and people buy this stuff, right? Now, you personally may not be trained to do that work, or you may not be trained, but if you're working in a factory, right? You're working 40 hours a week, 80 hours a week, whatever overtime, whatever you're doing, and you had a shot to, I don't know, run a landscaping deal or be a carpenter. You have choices. I mean, all the work is doable, man. Everybody, all the work is doable. Don't let people talk to you like that. That's ridiculous. Okay? That's ridiculous. You don't do the work we don't want to do. It's like, dude, every work is doable. Everybody can do work, bro. Any work is doable. No work is beneath. It's just what you want to do. What kind of work you want to do. Then good. Then train for that work. And don't belittle somebody else's work just because, it's just some talking point for some kind of, I don't know, some debate or something. Like, I'm going to do the work nobody want to do. It's like so stupid. It's like ridiculous, man. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? It's a service that is needed, and someone says, I'm going to fill the slot. Now, you don't want to fill the slot, don't fill the slot. But it doesn't mean it's not. That's work I don't want to do. So what do you want to do instead? Right? You want to get free money from somewhere? It's like ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. It's funny how some work that adults do nowadays is really designed for the kids, for kids to get into the workforce. And guys would be petitioning, oh, we need to get paid more money, a living wage for this particular kind of work. I'm like, that's probably for kids, but adults can do it, right? Aren't adults doing work that was traditionally designed for children to get work experience? So what are you saying, right? Because at one point that was considered, that's a work for kids, right? But adults do it now, right? So what are you talking about, man? Some of these guys, man, I'll be honest, man. I don't think people think when they're talking sometimes. And I'm just ranting, guys. Don't mind me. But I heard it this morning, that's why. And I was like, What are you talking about? Make no sense to me. All right, here we go. Let's see if I did this right, guys. If this is done right, almost there. I'm almost there to the last. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. All right. Here it is. So he's in. Okay. And now I'm going to put this guy in. I'm going to lock him in. And we're going to check the rewind and see if it works. Okay. Nice. Let's take it out all the way. Hold on. I got to hold it with my knees. I just want to take it out all the way. All right. Guys, like, what happened? Exactly what I was afraid was going to happen. David, be careful when you get on top of that roof, okay? Because you already said it. You said it out of your mouth. Take double caution going up there, okay? All right. Because I said it, and I messed up the coil just now. Shite. Okay, let me test the continuity. That was the main purpose of the whole damn thing. Let's see if it works. Let's see if we have continuity on both of these things. So, that would be good if I had something like that. I'll figure something out. I'll figure it out. I'll hold it like this. So I'm gonna test. So what I'm doing is this is my settings, okay? And I have my prawn in one side, and I'm gonna test each of these sides to see if we get some kind of reading. Okay, so we got reading on one side, good. And then I'm going to turn it around the other side. Okay, and I'm gonna check over here now. We got reading over there. That was a problem. But now I created a new problem. And I'll solve that later, because now all the copper is gone from the top here. I wound it up too much. I put too much strain on it. Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. I didn't have enough troubles. I wanted just a little bit more. And I got it. Is that cool? All right. So this was the pet project. This is out the way. All right. Actual work. Let's read off the our positive comment for the day. Okay, a racehorse that consistently runs just 1 second faster than another horse is worth millions of dollars more. So the racehorse that wins first place, the jockey, the company, whoever is in charge, makes millions of dollars more than the guy who comes in second place. Makes sense. By a nose, right? So be willing to give a little extra effort that separates the winning or the winners from the ones in second place. I like that. I like that. It's just shit, we spoke about something like that yesterday. Holy cow. We were talking about, it was about the fan. It was about the fan. It was about the fan the fan was only off by a fraction. There was a fan. Let me explain this. It was perfect timing. The fan wasn't broken. And I found out that it was warped just a little bit. Right? And because of that little warp in the fan, the machine sounded like it was like a tractor, right? And normally the fan would be broken. That's how you figure out, hey, the fan's broken. That's why we replaced the fan. I put a new fan in, and it's perfect. Well, not perfect, but as perfect as possible. Okay, line, smooth. And now the fan spins, no problem, no noise. A fraction. And sometimes, like this thing is saying, seconds faster, slightly better, a fraction off can throw things off. Okay, so yeah, do the extra, right? Okay, a lot of people are afraid of being taken advantage of, so they don't like to do extra work. A lot of people are lazy anyway, so they're happy not to do extra work. But you'd be surprised how that extra you do makes a big difference. Okay, so David, I found my, I found it. I'm still waiting I ordered 2 more packs just to be on the safe side, and so I can have multiple of what I use more. And I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna take these out. I'm gonna see what's wrong with this motor. All right, because I'm thinking I'm gonna have to replace this motor. So don't forget, guys, we're giving away a wet dry vac in our drawing. Whoever want to enter, you can use the donate link and just put something in if you like. Everyone else know what the other requirement is just to get in, and I won't re-mention that again. I'll leave it. If you want, you can check the older video and take a look and see. But if you want, even if it's just $1.50, I don't care. Just something that you put in. I get your name, I get your information. I know exactly who you are, so we can definitely get you as part of the drawing in this. Okay, all right. All right. So I'm looking to take apart this entire thing. I wanna take this motor out, and I'm just looking at the seal. I've never taken out the motor out of this particular one. I've done it for many sharks, but this one, so I don't have any memory to go based off of. So I'm just using my own common sense to read this thing. Okay, just feeling it out as I go. Hey, from France, what's up, Jay? It's funny that your comment is right under another J from someplace else. I don't know. Well, what's up, France? Welcome, France. I may have to take these guys off. I don't see why I have to. I don't think the screws go down far enough to stop this from opening. All right, but I will take these screws off the back here. Okay. Hey, Jay, do you guys have like vacuum type places in France? Like, it's hard to find them here in America right now. I'll be honest. Yeah, you'll find sales offices, you'll find a few here, but it's not something that is in abundance like the corner store or Targets or, Walmarts or something like that. You'll find a lot more outlets that are selling vacuums and selling all the other stuff than you do have people that are actually willing to repair them. Okay. I don't think I need this back panel to get to the motor. What I'm look what I'm looking at. I'm thinking under here. Okay, this whole thing, right? Took the screws out. Boom, 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 boom. I'm thinking I should be able to just pull this out. Some of them, that's what you do. Just pull this out to get the motor. But nothing is moving. I mean, this is not budging at all, right? So I took this out already. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm here thinking I don't need these guys. Am I going to be proven wrong? I don't know. I don't know. I don't see a seam. All right. I would hate that I have to take this whole thing apart to find out that I only needed to take one part apart. Let's see. All right. Let's go for it. Let's go all in. All right. Nothing is budging. Somebody may know something I don't. If you know something I don't, you can save me an hour. Save me an hour. Oh, let me share this with you if you guys are watching while I keep taking these screws out. So my wife sent me this video. And the reason why I really like this video, I'm gonna just have you hear it at least. I mean, maybe you can see it on the screen. um, there's a coach. I guess I don't know what kind of coach he is. Maybe he's a personal coach or whatever, business coach. But he's talking to this young kid and about his parents, and I'll let you see it. But it reminded me of thoughts I had when I was in these sales meetings and business meetings and stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, so let me see if I can play this while I take these screws out, and maybe you guys can hear this, and maybe you think it's positive. Okay. Um, Let me see. Let me click on this. Yeah, you should be able to see this.
Doesn't matter how much you fuck up, your mom loves you no matter what. So what I'm getting at is, she wants the best for you, correct?
Correct.
So when she talks and challenges you, she believes that you could be better than you currently are. Which means you get free coaching. Me, I'm $50,000. She lives in your house and feeds you. She wants you to have a great life. She wants you to be happy. She just has a weird way of saying it. The thing is, you know that you're capable of this as well. So I'm going to teach you the problem you're having is response. She keeps going because she thinks you don't hear her. And the reason it sounds like nagging, because it sounds like that, right?
Right.
Is because you respond wrong. And you say, Mom, I know. Versus stopping, listening, going, I appreciate you sharing this with me. I got it. Let me go apply that. We'll talk more about this later. And she'll go away. Can I tell you a secret? Doesn't matter how much you fuck up.
Is that cool? The reason why I like that, two reasons why. There are two points to that. There are 2 points to this that I like. One is I've seen guys that pay money to sales consultants to come in and give a talk or work a day with a sales team to get their production going, motivate the guys, right? But then for years, we were getting free training. When I say free, when you're sales, you're an independent contractor. So all of your training, you really should be paying for, okay? You pay for sales material, you pay for, to go to a seminar, you pay to go to a conference, you pay for all these things that you want, right? Just like a business, you're a small business, okay? So everything I need, I pay for. If I want someone to give me, if I want a business, I had a business manager, I had to pay for this guy monthly, all right? I paid for that service. But if you have someone who's giving the information to you and teaching it to you, one, you're not paying for it, so you don't appreciate it. But you don't even realize that you're being taught. You're being given like valuable. Think about guys who get on-the-job training, right? When prior you would have to have paid for that experience to get the job. You would have to take a class, get a certification, pay for your certification, but then someone on the job is taking their time out to train you. And you don't appreciate it because you never had to pay for it. So you don't know what it's like to pay for a coach to tell you things that are just obvious. And it's like, dude, I paid $2,000 to hear what these guys were telling me all along. I bet. So that's the first part I took from it, because I remember that I was like, damn, we're getting free training, because I understood the concept of I understood I wasn't an employee, right? So I knew that that it's not the company. It's not the company's not even obligated. If you really think about it, the company is just trying to get more out of its investment in you. So to get more out of its investment in you, what the company is doing is just paying for you to get better trained so they can get more out of their investment in you. That's really what it is. So don't act like the company's supposed to pay this for me. No, they don't. They're not supposed to do anything that is not. They're supposed to provide you with a safe place to work and all that good stuff, right? But that extra stuff is really there. It's an investment. Let's think about it. And so when your parents are giving these kids guidance, there are people that pay counselors to guide their children. And you always think that a stranger, they could be saying the exact same thing that you're saying, and they take it from the stranger. Because what did Jesus say? Oh my God, a prophet is not honored in his own town, something of that sort. So because they know you, you're around them all the time, they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, man. You don't know what you're talking about. But a stranger tell you the same shit, and you're like, that was very insightful. That was really insightful, man. He really he laid it out. And the guy, and you're looking at him like, dude, I've been telling you this forever. Holy cow. All right, man. I'm starting to think that I really do have to. I'm starting to think that I really do have to take these things off the top, because I've worked on Sharks before, and these back panels come off, and all they're exposing is the wiring and the circuit board back here, but they really don't have nothing to do with the motor under here. So I don't know why I'm having a tough time figuring this one out. Unless they design. Oh, shite. I think they did. I think they did design it different. I think they did. You may have to go in from underneath this thing to get to it. Look at this bad boy. Okay. All right, so this guy just came off, showing us some wiring here. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to go in through. I think I may have to take that off. Okay, let's go for the adventure, man. Let's go all in. Let's go all in. Let's go for it. Why not? Okay. Yeah, man. And that's why I think like grandparents and having a culture that values the elders and the older people of our generation, even if you don't agree with them, you know, because it's funny how there are people who they grow and then they still seek out help with their children, and I'm like, shit, man, the grandparents. They know what they're doing. Maybe you can get some help from the grandparents. But grandparents are kind of, you know, hard about it. They're like, man, get your shit together. and these new parents want to coddle the children, you know, like, oh well, you know. I'm like, listen, man, you're not telling me how to raise you, kiddo. You just got here, dude. Oh shoot. You just got here, man. You just started the race. You're trying to be a race expert. You don't know crap about the race. You trying to tell me how to race? I know how to race, man. I've been training this race for forever. I got trained by the best. All right. And I know this have nothing to do with it, guys. I have to get onto here. There's some clips onto these things that you just have to know where the right one is, and if you get a flat enough thing, you can do it without damaging it. But if you don't know where they always have like a spot, like either here or here, where there's a clip that grabs the thing from, you know, so it sits, you know, and then you just have to find where it's at and just put it right there and pop it up. But if you don't know where it is, then you're gonna have to feel around this damn thing until you find it. And every model is slightly different, so they move. It's like they move it, you know. So if you don't know where it is, you're gonna feel around for a while until you finally figure it out. But you'll do it. Just don't be too forceful, because you could break it. Okay. Don't be too forceful about it. But just get it in there and just start, like, you know, just get it right in the slit and just kind of pop it a little bit here and there, and you'll be okay. Okay. But you'll figure it out. But I doubt this have anything to do with the motor section. But if you get this off, then you can pull this off. And I want to see if that's how far I got to go. You know what's funny, man? I still haven't messed with this yet. Let me do this, man. Because it reminds me of the obvious thing. It's like in your face, and you're gonna go pay $2,000 for a guy to tell you the obvious. So let me follow my own advice. Like I said, this is the first time I'm removing the motor from one. See, it's not gonna hurt. It didn't do anything, I think, but it's not gonna hurt. It didn't do anything. It's what I suspected at first. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get this off, get this off, get this off. All the screws are out. All the screws are out. These two screws here, well, I'll take them out anyway. Let's take them out. Guys, doing this is not about being perfect, right? This is about the discovery. Okay? What do you think? It's about the discovery, man. And if I make the mistakes, at least I'm making it and not you, right? And if I find a mistake that I could say, make sure you avoid this, then you got it. See, I didn't even need to go up there. I didn't pull hard enough. Golly. I didn't pull hard enough. But, so here's the motor. Okay? So now we just remove this part and we expose the motor. So it was down. So let's see what part was really controlling this. Let me see. Let's just see. Before we go any further, because who knows? You don't want nothing to be a mistake. Okay. The only part that was affecting this, not even these two screws in the back had anything to do with this. So these two screws right here had nothing to do with this. Okay? It was 1 and 2. Well, I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. So the obvious, remember Mr. Obvious? 1 and 2 and 3, all. I swear you would have thought that I planned this. I did not plan this. I didn't plan this. Remember in the very beginning, I was like, I don't think that this has anything to do with it. It don't look like it. Remember that? This was holding it up. I swear you learn from everything, bro. You learn from everything, every encounter, everything. You learn from everything. You just got to be aware. Okay. So these were holding it up. Okay. So now, you know how you know? Look at all the screws. You see the top? One, all of this, all those little holes. It lined up perfectly where all these holes were placed. All right, now let's take a look at this motor, man, because this motor was acting like a Bianca. That's my wife's word. She always says that shit. She's acting like a Bianca. So she said it so much, I started hearing it. It stuck in my head. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, now I can move this out the way. Yeah. All right, so I'm already starting to see signs that I don't like. Okay, see this green corrosion here? And then look at the carbon brushes on the inside. There's a green corrosion already on the carbon brushes on the inside of this thing. And look at the commutator. See that? See how it's looking like it's being charred or something. Okay, and scratched. The commutator looked like it's being scratched. Not just running, but you can't really see it, but it looks like it has scratch marks on it. Okay, so that's why when I heard it, the motor turns on, but then it sounded like it was dipping, the power was going down, and it was kind of waney. It was kind of So I knew something was wrong, right? With that motor. I knew something was wrong. All right, so let me do this. Let me take this off. So I'm going to replace this motor. Now, you probably don't have to replace the motor per se. You could probably just, especially when you don't have the means, you're just going to have to do what you have to do, you know? What did the Bozo the Clown was saying, that we can't afford wood? If you can't afford the wood, then you do what you got to do, right? Let me get this off, man. I don't like the way this is too tight on here. Everything is corroded, even these contacts. This could have been stored in a, I don't know, maybe a damp, could have been stored in a damp place maybe. It could be where it was stored. Oh, okay. Let me get this off. Let me get this off. Yeah, it could have been, or people vacuum up water and not realizing, it's like, you know, it's not a good idea to vacuum up water, guys. All right, that's off. And let's get this one off. And that's off. All right, let's take this off of here. Let's get this out of here because we're gonna, oh man, even this is, let me not pull this too hard. I might need this. This is the, you see this shape? You see this shape right here? Okay. These fit right into that cavity. So, because what it does, it prevents the motor from like turning on every time the motor turns on. You don't want the jolt to go like, you know, you don't want to get that kind of thing in your machine. So that's what that stuff is for, is to do that. All right, if anybody have any questions about a vacuum repair shampoo that I can answer now, I'll be more than happy to, okay? And just know that. Here we go. All right, so this is out. So let's take out this carbon brush, okay? Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. You know, so what I would end up having to do if I didn't have any other, oh yeah, this is already gone. Look at that. So my instincts was correct from yesterday when I said that the motor is the problem. See, look. Even if one of the carbon brushes are worn down, both of them need to be operating at, see, this is the carbon brush. So it touches the commutator like this. Okay? And then as it wears, it just keeps, you know, like that, right? This one is already all the way in. Okay? But this corrosion there is just not good, period. Look at that, right? So, and normally this is from water. Don't you agree? Is this, if I'm not mistaken, right? This is due to moisture. Okay. Let me see if we can actually find these. Okay. Because this can be repaired. All this need is a little sanding. Okay. It's just hard to get to. Right? It's not easy to do anything to this. And you may not have to, but it's not good to have these lines, these marks, because it's like, this is copper, so it's soft. So if this metal was cutting into the commutator, okay? Time I go to the camera, I'm like this. I swear. I see these guys on TV. It's like, let me see. I'm doing the same thing. Yeah, so that is what it is, man. So I'm gonna see if they actually sell this. If they don't, then I'm just gonna put a different motor in it because I have access to another motor. Okay. But if someone's at home, they may not have access to another motor. But you can also buy used motors on eBay and stuff like that. But you're not gonna get a new one from Shark. Just know that. But I'm gonna do a search for carbon brushes here, and I want to see if I can find one that is exactly like this. All right. I'm searching my the guys that I buy my supplies from, and I'm in the database. And the likely, I'll tell you this. I'm gonna be a little pessimistic. The likelihood of me finding this exact shape carbon brush is small. But if I do, I'll be happy. Okay, let me see. I went through the first page already. Can you guys see what I'm looking at? Let me see. No, you can't. Yeah, you can. I think so. You could probably see it. Look. Hey, what's up? Rudy. What's up? Fixing a Shark vacuum. Yes, yeah, Rudy. Back home, we were back home. I knew a guy named Ruddy. That's what they call him. They call him Ruddy. So this is what I'm looking. I'm looking to see if I can find. I can see all of these brushes here. And like you can immediately see if you're not finding the one that's shaped. Not even this. This is not it either. And not that. All right. I'm only going to go with 3 pages in with you guys. I don't see now everything else is out of stock or special order. And then some of them you don't have pictures at all. Okay. So so I can't get access to this brush. And honestly, Shark they don't sell parts like that. All right. That's Shark don't do that. So that's why people rely on eBay and stuff to get their used parts when it comes to Shark cleaners, because it's just what it is. They don't sell it like that. All right. So you're just kind of out of luck unless you find a guy selling pieces of his machine on eBay. All right. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to pull it out of another machine that I have here. Okay. And I'm going to make it work. Okay. But that's the problem. All right. Is this. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, look, you can't just put anything in here. Okay, so look what's happening. I'm trying to explain this properly. Okay. You see this right here? This contact right here? Okay, so you would need to, it's possible, like someone can do it, right? If you really get creative, someone can do it. It's clumsy, right? So in order for us to engage this contact here, because the carbon brush is going to have to engage this contact, okay? It slides into this section right here. So when you put this in, see this section for that opening is going to slide right over this, right? So let's say you just put like just a regular carbon brush you got from some motor at, I don't know, somewhere. You can connect it, right? But you would have to have a contact prong that's touching that contact, and then every carbon brush has an opening or a slot or something that is going to connect to the carbon brush, right? I I don't even know if I'm explaining this thing right. I swear, I'm telling you, I don't even know. Because I know what I'm trying to say, right? But examples are a lot better than what I'm trying to do right now. Okay, I'm gonna give you two. I'm gonna give you three examples. It's possible. What I'm saying is not impossible. It's just clumsy. Okay? Now, at the top of this here, that little slot, okay? This is the carbon brush. It touches the commutator, and there's normally a wire that will stick right inside of here. Okay? So that would be one of the lead wires for the electricity, and then boom, right? That allows the motor to turn. Kirby has it like this. Okay? This is the carbon brush. This is that contact right there, and it goes into this connector. So what I'm saying is, someone, if they wanted to, just get a carbon brush that they can fasten to the side of this. Get a contact that is that they can put here, and then let's say they were going to use, I don't know, they can't use this because they don't have any screws. But let's say they were going to use this, right? They can put a lead from here where that little piece is sticking up to right in here. They can just make sure they connect. Okay, from here, slip it in there. And then as long as it's touching the unit, it'll work. Okay, so that's that. All right, but yeah, all of these things are designed to keep, without this stuff running properly and having that spring, all of that, it doesn't work. It doesn't. If it gets stuck, it doesn't work. It needs to have that spring action going if you're messing with these machines. Okay. Hope you like this morning's session. If you have any other questions about these vacuums, or if you just want to tune in to say what's up to Wayne, do that. I like hanging with you guys, especially the back and forth, the conversations, the jokes, everything else is all positive. Let me see let me see what this motor is gonna look like. It's a good ass shark. This is a nice shark. I'm gonna take it out of here because most shark motors are about the same size. I'm gonna take it out of this one. I'll see if I can do two things at once. Okay. Let's see, and then I'll wrap it up. Then I'm gonna wrap it up. All right. Okay. I'm gonna wrap it up. Damn. I'm telling you guys, you really do need to keep your eye on your filters. I swear, you do. Bad filters will mess up. Clogged filters, jammed up with sheetrock and all this other crap, will destroy your motors. Okay, same thing as your car, stuff like that. You got to keep these things clean. Okay. All right. Let me go back and see if I have anybody saying what's up. Hey, Rudy. That's right, man. That's right. That's. I have people talk about like the difference between working hard, working smart. If you don't have the ability to work hard, I don't mean like you're gonna make yourself sweat, make your brow sweat and all that stuff. I'm not talking about that. People are, what they're doing is they think they're mixing up labor with white collar or something. They're trying to compare blue collar to white collar, right? In their analogies, you're gonna better work smart than work hard. No, you always got to work hard. You never not work hard. That's stupid. You always work hard, period. And what I mean by that is the grind. I mean the grind. I mean getting up every day, going to work. Your work don't have to be physically hard. Working hard means that if you have to pump something out, you're going to pump it out. You're going to keep going until it's done. You're going to pump it out. You're going to get up and you're going to determine to get the job done. It doesn't have to be that you're lifting tons of stuff and you're digging dirt. Even if you're digging dirt, you can do it smart. Okay, I could do it with a shovel, or I could do it with a crane, a lever, a dirt digger, a bulldozer, right? I'm still digging the dirt. So now you can not work hard on a bulldozer. You know what I'm saying? Because you can be on your phone. You can be you're supposed to dig 5 holes with your bulldozer. The bulldozer's doing all the work. And then you're just on the bulldozer and you're taking your sweet time and it's lunchtime already. And it's like, dude, how many holes you dig? I only dig 1. Dude, you already got a bulldozer. I moved you from a shovel to a bulldozer. I made you from working physically harder. I'm now putting you in a position where the machine is doing the work for you. All you got to do is move the levers. And how is it you only have 1 hole dug, right? So he's not working hard in his working smart scenario. You see what I'm saying? Negotiators are not doing the labor work, but you have one negotiator that worked hard to finalize the deal and came up with all the details, the paperwork. He's making sure he's closing. He's making sure that, and when I say closing, I'm talking about like getting people to agree and commit to the deal. That's closing. That's like I'm setting up my argument. And then at the last question, I'm going to do we have a deal? Closing. All right. When you're convincing people of things, that's when I use the term closing. So one guy is doing all of that work, staying up all night. They're both in smart positions, right? And the other guy didn't prepare the material. The other guy didn't, didn't work on his negotiating skills. He didn't make sure that he was dressed sharp so the guy take him seriously. He didn't do none of that stuff. Those two guys are not in labor positions, but they're not. One is working harder than the other. So you always got to work hard. Don't let anyone fool you with that bullshit. Forget my language if there's any kids listening. But for real, man, you always got to work hard, bro. Always, 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 always. That's the way it is. Okay? And when you have more money, you're still working hard. You're thinking, you're planning, you're going to the next thing, you're making the next deal, you're making the next phone call, you're up, you're thinking, you're worrying, all of this is strategizing. That's working hard. Okay? Anyway. Oh, man. It's working hard, man. Okay, now let's see if we don't make the same mistake like we did with the first motor, right? Now this is a slightly different setup, but like I said, we know that the motor to get it is all down here. So I don't gotta mess with up there, right? Because I was unfamiliar with taking this unit apart, I wasn't sure. But we learned from the first one. So let's see if I learned my lesson. All right, and then we'll move on, and then I'm gonna continue with my day, guys, and you guys will continue with yours. And there you go. Always gotta work hard, bro. So Rudy, you are right. Even fixing a damn vacuum, I gotta work hard, bro. Yo, but you know what, man? That's saying, are you kidding me? Oh my God. Did I really? let me get the corded. Let me get the cord. I don't like using corded drills. They're too powerful. They they're too I gotta charge this, guys. They're too you'd be surprised how many plastic pieces I've broken with this. Because when these guys go, they're boom. You better have it set to the right setting. These guys, yeah, I don't like using these guys on machines. Because I gotta kind of take my time with them. They'll wreck a plastic in a second, okay? All right. So I got my corded drill. I forgot the brand. It came off already on both sides of this thing. I used to use this for buffing. I would had it on a stand and put a buffing wheel on it, and that's what this was. See, this was on it, and that's how I buff my Kirby sometimes. And but now I have a you know, like an actual buffing thing. Let me see. You know what? Last time these weren't even involved. Let me not mess with these. Let's see what else we got to do. The front. Okay. Let's take this out. Okay. Let's take these three screws out. Okay. Just want to get access to this motor. All right. And guys, whoever's popping in, don't forget we're doing a drawing. It's going to be near the end of the month. We're going to be giving away. Okay. Now, if I remember this right, there are two clips here, one here and one here. And you take this front panel off, okay? If my memory serves me right. Okay. Let me see. Everybody's out? Everybody's out. Okay. Let me take this front panel off. Let me do that. I think that's what it is. If my memory serves me right, that's what I got to do. Take the front panel off. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Yeah, you can't do it from that angle. All right, let me try pushing it. Push and pull. Come on. Oh, man, damn. Let me see if I have to go from underneath first. Okay, this is up, 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 up. Come on, buddy, come on. I don't want to pop you out. I don't want to force you out. But this guy got to come off. And if I'm not mistaken, it's from here. I got to do here first. It's locked in with a clip. And this is too small. I need a longer flathead. What can I use? Can I use this? Would this work? Yeah, all right, let's see if this will work. I need to just pry this, pop it. I need to pop this away from here. It's clipped in and I can't get in there properly. Come on, buddy. So I'm not going to be using this body anymore, but I don't want to destroy it. I don't want to show you a way to destroy it rather than I want to show you a safe way to take this off. Because you may be watching this video to take yours out. And I don't want to just like break it and say, okay, that's how you do it. And then it doesn't work. because you don't want to break yours. Okay, hold on. What am I doing wrong? I know what I'm doing wrong. That's what I'm doing wrong, guys. All right. I think I found out what I'm doing wrong. I think so. I think I have to take this off first. I have to get this guy loose. Nah, that didn't happen. This guy does come out, but damn. All right, fine. Fine, you want to be like that? We'll do it the hard way. All right, let me see. Come on, buddy. Damn it, I just have to get this guy. What am I doing? You can't yank it because it's, but I don't want to break the damn thing either. You know, it'd be messed up if it was so easy that I didn't even realize how easy it was. That would piss me off. That would. It would piss me off that it was so easy and I didn't realize how easy it was. Let me take these 2 screws out just in case. All right, and let me see if that worked by pulling this out. No, it didn't work. I want you to see what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at. You see right there? See that? There's a little clip right here. Right there, okay? And I have to apply some pressure to allow... Yeah, my last Shark vacuum, the Green Navigator, the motor died. I threw it in the garbage. I got a new one. Yeah, that's how most people treat them, man. It's like, get rid of this shit. I can buy another one from Lowe's. But damn it, this one little spot, I've worked on this kind before, and I can't remember how I got this off. In my head, I'm here thinking it's supposed to just pop off once I got the stuff loose, but now this thing is irritating me right now. And I have this little tiny little flathead, and I can't find my other one. I don't want to stop the show to keep looking for this flathead either. A knife. No, I don't have that. I don't have that here. I don't have a strong knife here right now next to me. I'm trying to find anything that I have next to me that can pry this, that's strong enough to pop it like, that's all I need. I just need to, you know what I'm talking about? I just need to pry it. Let me see. This is not flat enough. I need something flat. Something flat. Come on, Wayne. Come on, baby. You got this. You got this. You got this. You can figure this out. You can figure this out. Get your brain working. Get your brain working. Get your brain working. Okay. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this. Okay. I'm going to go from the back here. Just want to get in. Just want to lift it. Just enough for me to pull it off. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. Come on. Get in there. Oh, I can't wait till I got my victory. Oh my gosh. I can't. Yes. That's how you win. Damn it. Oh my God. There's a feeling you get when you've been working on something really hard. And honestly, this isn't really hard. It was just a pain in the ass. It was just trying to get, this thing in here, just enough to pop it. And now it just comes up and comes right off in the back. All right, so I was really trying to get to the front. I wasn't too concerned about the back. I was trying to see if I needed this off in order to do this. I was just testing myself to see what's next to get this motor off. Am I really gonna need this? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try the back. Let me see, man. Because the last time it wasn't necessary. Okay, let's see. Come on, what's up? What's up, man? Let's see. No, it's still not budging. How far do I have to go in? All right, let's go. Let's keep going. All right, let's see. Let's see. How far in do I have to go before this motor just comes right out? Damn, this thing is wedged in there. Okay, one more screw. Why not? Okay, let's try it again. Nah, bro. I'm not liking this one. This one here. I'm not liking this one. There's no screws inside this compartment. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, damn. I guess I'm gonna have to go all the way in. What else is there? What else is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. There's nothing here. Nothing here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. I don't see why I would have to go through the back panel. I don't see why I would have to go to the back panel to get this motor. No, see, I don't see why. Why would I have to even do all that? Gosh, man, so this one is different. These guys do this shit on purpose, bro. They do this on purpose, man. I'm totally convinced they do it on purpose. Now, this is a different setup, but the size of the motor should be the same. The size of the motor should be the same. Because look, this is what I'm saying. They even have that little, this here, but the motor looks different. Let me clip this. Let me clip this. Yeah, let me clip this. Let me cut this. All right. Okay. So the motor is different. Okay. What I'm trying to see though, how different the size. It's a fraction of a difference. So I'm going to end up using this gasket over this, but it'll still be the same thing. It'll still give the same powers. The Shark, the same company, different motors. All right. Say what you want about Kirby. Say what you want about Kirby, right? But I can get a Kirby motor from the newest Avalier, and I can put it in a Generation 3 motor from 1990. Same fan, same motor. The foot switch will fit the same. The power switch will fit the same. The differences are minor stuff, cosmetic differences, but the motor, you can use the exact same components. You can use the same carbon brush. You can use Same tech drive. The minor differences is the size of the gear. You can just take off the old gear, put it on the new gear, whatever. So, that's, to me, if you make a laptop and you're the same company, you should be able to like interchange things with the laptop. But I know the technology and some things are smaller and streamlined. But the differences shouldn't be so drastic that you literally, it's a different company. It shouldn't be that drastic. That's what I'm saying. That is a different company. The things should be able to kind of work with each other, along the line. And I think it takes, it's two thoughts come with that, right? One is a traditional way of doing things, right? But the second is people, you say, you have to continue to improve, and yes, but not at the expense of having if you have issues with a machine or a laptop or whatever it is, a car, the 2024 version of a Ford Mustang shouldn't be that different from a 2025 version of a Ford Mustang. It shouldn't be drastically different. Okay? I shouldn't have to open the hood different. Like I have to get to the motor in a slightly different way with this one than it is with this one. It shouldn't be that different, guys. That's what I'm saying. All right? Anyway, that's it. So I'm just going to swap these motors out. What I'm going to end up doing at the end of this, I'm gonna put contacts. I'm gonna put the prongs contact. I probably should have cut it further up, but it's okay. This one is long too. So I'm gonna put contacts that this will connect to. Okay, so I have my white and my black. So I'm just gonna connect the white and the black, and I'm just gonna put this in there, and that's it. Okay. So, but for everyone who hung out, who passed through, who hit a like on the video, I appreciate your generosity. Anyone who commented, thanks a lot. Let me see what Rudy has to say about the Ford Edge. Moved to Minnesota in my neighborhood. Can fix my mind. Yeah. Minnesota. I've never been to Minnesota. Yeah. I've never been to Minnesota. Yeah. What is it? Is it Minneapolis in Minnesota? You guys were in the news the other day, weren't you? Minneapolis. Is Minneapolis in Minnesota? I think so, right? Am I correct? Yeah, I thought about Minnesota. But yeah. 2022 Ford. It's like these things should, in my opinion, they shouldn't be so far apart. Like if like for example, I'll give you an example, and I'll be finished. And I'm using Kirby, so I'm gonna use Kirby again. The 1989 Kirby is definitely different from the 1990 Kirby. Okay? But the 1989 Kirby isn't that different from the 1987 Kirby, right? The 1987 Kirby isn't that different from the 1985 Kirby. Okay? There's a few differences, right? But they're not so different. But what I like that they did is that for an entire 20-year span or so, they hadn't changed much. But between the 70s and the 80s, yeah, there's a difference. A few things will fit, but some things don't. And you can even retrofit the Kirby to make it work. I can put a handle from a 1989 Kirby on a I can put a handle. I can put a bag on a from a 1989 Kirby. I can put it on a 1976 Kirby, or 1979 Kirby. I can do that. But the quad head you can't, because the safety switch is in a different place. That's the only difference. But I can swap out just about every part. I can turn a G3 into an Avalier. I could turn it into an Avalier by just swapping out the parts. You know, that should be cool. You should be able to, it's like turning your Mustang. You know, you should be able to put a new engine in an old Mustang. Imagine that. Imagine a new engine into the 2025 Mustang, and you can put that engine in a 1999 Mustang. That would be cool. You know. Anyway, I'm done. Guys, thanks for hanging out, man. Again, the link is somewhere in the chat. It should be in the description. If you actually want to donate to the channel, you can. But anyone who donates, whatever the amount is, your name is in the drawing to win this. Okay? We're going to be putting this up by the end of this month. It's a wet dry vac, and I think I'm going to continue doing this. I really do. I think I'm going to continue doing this, and that's going to be part of the mission of the channel. We're going to be giving out different cleaners throughout the year to people that come in and support what we're doing. Okay? Anyone who's a member, your name is already in the drawing, and everyone who's given anything to the channel, your name is already in the drawing. Okay, and the people that was in the video earlier this week, we told you what you can do to get in because they were there when the thought came. And I was like, you know what? Everyone who's here right now, you're in it. And if you do this thing, you're in it. And I'm not going to say it no more. I'll see you guys later. Stay positive. Stay cool. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. David, make sure you make it off that roof. Okay? I want to hear all about it next week. All right, tell me how it went. And that's it. I'll see you later.